Good, yeah. What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Po Ro. I'm back today with another video. If you support the channel, man, subscribe, like a video. Today, what I'm talking about is Max B. Since I started my channel, I had consistent people every video like asking me, "What's up with a Max story? What's up with a Stack story? You know anything?" So I'm gonna give y'all this Max story that I got, and I'm gonna put it update with the case, so y'all get to know what's going on with the case, and then I'll tell my story at the same time. So this is around 05, 06, 06, I think, when oh 06, 07, around there, when that Member of Bird Gang tape came out. You know what I'm saying? So that tape was fire. It had a buzz in the street. So that summer, whenever it came out that summer, I was uptown I was in Harlem at a game in Kingdom, right? I was watching a game or whatever. So if you know Kingdom, it's a tournament inside the projects, like a big tournament where everybody come out. Maybe a bunch of things going on the side, a bunch of people mingling, you know what I'm saying, music, food, you know what I'm saying, games. So I was out there watching the game, and after the game, we across the street on Lennox. We across the street on the downtown side by the store. So I see like a group of people coming up from up the block. So I'm looking, I can't really see. So as they get closer, I see like 2-3 people in the middle, and like a group around them. So as they click closer, I see it's Max. He got the Bird Gang chain. We know the one with the wings. He got a little like shirt, collar shirt open over there, walking down the block. I think he got a bucket on too or something. So he walking. As they get closer, I'm with my cousin. He ends up knowing one of the guys that's with Max. So the dude stops to talk to him. So as they talking, the people are running up, like teenagers and all that is running up. Cause remember, I said they had that tape out. That tape was fire. So like they had a buzz off that. So people running up. Max is like the fresh new thing in the streets. So somebody's like, "Yo, that tape is high." I'm like, "Yeah, that tape is high." He like, "Oh, you like that, daddy?" Cause doing his little laugh, that. So he laughing. So they talking for me, my cousin and his man talking, people taking pictures with Mac, whatever, they go about their way. Boom. So not too long after that, Max catches the case. Now if you remember the case, it was two dudes from down south, they from Florida, that David Taylor, Alan Plowden, they came up with like 20-30 grand a piece with their cars or whatever. And this was 06. So if you remember that time, 06, the scamming was crazy. Like not cards and all that. Like people was walking in the banks getting 30-40 grand cash, walking out, real estate fraud, check fraud. It was going down crazy. This is before the banks got super on it. So people was, it was normal for somebody to have a big bag on them. So they came up with the cash. They went out, met a girl. The girl ends up have some relationship with Max, right? So one of the dudes, Alan Plowden, he ends up chilling with the girl, like chilling with, his name is Gina Conway. He chose her for the night, gives her the room key, they chilling. And the next, she called Max called her sometime through the night, and she like, "Yeah, I'm with Side, trying to get him jealous or whatever." So long story short, they go the next day, she go about her way, and after Alan Plowden drop her off, wherever he drop her off, he go link with his man, David Taylor. Now David Taylor got 2 other joints that they just came up and met. You know what I'm saying? So they got here, they got the bag, they meet and join, they doing their thing, trying to run around, you know what I'm saying, in New York. So they go to the club with them, you know what I'm saying, go back to the room. Taylor goes with his girl, and Plowden goes with his. Now throughout that time, Gina Conway done linked up with Max, told Max that, "Yo, there's some dudes up here, they got the bread, this, that, and the third." So he calls Kelvin Lederman, you know what I'm saying, Lear, something like that, Pooh Sims, basically. He called Pooh Sims and tells him like, "Yo, we got a lick, this, that, and the third." Shorty got the lick. She talked about somebody at the hotel, they got like 50-60 bands on them, "I need that." You know what I'm saying? So he tells Shorty, "Yo, if you make this happen for me, I'm gonna love you forever." You know what I'm saying? Putting a battery in her back and all that. So they end up calling a cab. Pooh Sims, Max calls a cab. Pooh Sims and Gina Conway, they go to Jersey. First they go to 2 wrong Holiday Inns. They finally get to the right hotel. Boom, they go in the hotel. They go to the door. They knock on the door. Now remember, they're already in there with 2 other girls. So he's in his room with one, David Taylor's in his room with one, and Plowden's in his room with another. So they knock on Plowden's door. The girl come open the door. Her name is Sutton Nieves, her last name. So they come. She like, "Yeah, was so and so sleep?" So Gina Conway sticks her foot in the doors, but they bust in. Now Pooh Sims got the gun. He throws Shorty in the bathroom, slaps boy up, wakes him up. You know what I'm saying? They rummage it through the room. He like, "Yo, where the money at?" Before he went to sleep, Alan Plowden put 30 bands in the garbage can under the bag in the garbage can. Put $1,000 under his mattress and left his clothes or whatever. So he like, "Yo, I don't got all the money's right there. The rest of the money's downstairs in my man's room," talking about David Taylor. So Pooh Sims puts the gun in his head, makes him call David Taylor. Now David Taylor comes upstairs. He's big, 6'4", 230. As soon as he comes through the door, Pooh Sims got the gun on him. David Taylor tries to take the gun from him. You understand? The gun goes off, hits him in the head. David Taylor dies. That's it. He's dead. Now they rummaging, they scavenging all over the place. They going crazy, looking for stuff. They just snatch his clothes, his watch, his wallet. They run out. They Plowden ends up breaking free from the tie they had him on, and he ends up running after them, catches Gina Conway, hits her a few times till Pooh Sims comes with the gun, and he backs him down, and they run out. As they run into the cab driver notices that Pooh Sims done changed his clothes or whatever, so he just makes a note of that in his mind. They drive back to the Bronx or Harlem or wherever they go. So the next day, police find the gun. Now the girl's telling her side of the story, that what she remember. The guy's Plowden telling his side of the story because his man's dead. They got him in the hotel with the money. Police want to know where's the money. Where's his money coming from? So he's in the middle of a murder. So of course he tells what he tells. You know how that is, how that go. People be telling quick. And now they looking for Max, Gina, and Pooh Sims. They catch Gina. Gina spills the beans. Boom. Tells on Max. Cause remember, they really don't know Max because all they really knew was the girl. So he tells with the girl. Now the girl's a missing link, Gina. So once Gina gets caught, she tells everything. Well, they got Gina and Pooh Sims. They probably got Pooh Sims on camera. But they really don't got Max. They would have to look deeper. That's father who called the cab and all. That's how they get Max. So Gina tells the whole story. Now, they go to trial. They about to go to now Max is locked up. So now this is where the second part of my story comes. So remember, Max gets the bail. Right, he gets the bail. It's like whatever he gets the bail 07, 08 because he went to trial in 09. So he gets the bail. He's out for like 6 months before trial, or whatever. So now, at this time, I'm down south. Right, I'm down south doing whatever I'm doing, trying to get to a bag, and I'm with one of my boys. So we down there, we riding in the car. So now, Max had just came home. He had did a few DVDs. In the beginning of his first DVDs, he was cool still. He wasn't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, he ends up flipping on Bird Gang and Jim Jones and all that. Like he wasn't playing it. Remember, he had to sell his publishing to Jim for like 90 or 100,000 to even get out of jail. So when he gets out of jail, he's feeling salty. Eventually he goes AWOL. He goes crazy on Bird Gang and Jim. Right? So now he's going DVD. World start crazy on him. He starts coming up with this thing about Chrissy touched it in Miami. Now, if you know anything about that, that was like one of the main things because Jim felt the way about that because that's his girl. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to get let go of other things, but the disrespect, you disrespected his girl, so he wasn't really, that's why he still hated Max to this day. Because you know what I'm saying? So he was going in on that. People believing that, running with that, the whole Chrissy touched it in Miami thing. So that was like a big topic. So now I'm riding with my man in the car, you know what I'm saying? Somebody called his phone. I ain't paying no mind. I think I'm sitting in the car smoking. My man pick up, he got him on speaker. I think it was on the car phone or whatever. Or like the speaker or whatever. So he's on speaker on his phone or whatever, so he's talking to him. He like, yeah, it's my man Cut or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. I ain't really paying no mind. So he talking like, yeah, I just did a DVD with Max B because he had a DVD called True Stories DVD. If you remember about that time, you might remember that DVD, the True Stories DVD. So Max did a segment on that DVD. So he like, oh, well, that's crazy. That's hot. You gonna kill it with that? I won't want to sell with everybody. Max the hottest thing in the streets right now. So my man like, well, he was talking about the whole Jim Jones and Chrissy and all that. And he was like, yeah, quiet as Kevin. He was like, but he told me that after the cameras was off, he was like, the Chrissy touched that Miami thing's made up. Yeah, he just made that up, and being that people was running with it, he made it up to get Jim mad, and being that people was running with it and believing it, he just running with it right now. So he like, yeah, all that's made up. He made that up, but he ain't taking it on camera. He said it off camera. So I started laughing like, oh, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was like, oh, touch that man. He made a song about it and all that, you know. So it was like a big thing. So Jim hated him behind that. So yeah, that come to find out that was false. I've been knew about that. Like that was false. He was just running with that. So you know, long story short, after all that, Max takes it to trial. They offer him 10 years. He says, nah, my career is too hot. I can't take the 10. I'm going to trial. Right? He goes to trial. The girl snitches. She's taking an 18-year plea deal. 18 years in, she told. Pooh Sims and him go to trial, right? He wasn't even there. Pooh Sims was there, right? Supposed gunman. They both blow. They blow trial. Pooh Sims gets like 100 plus 55 years or like life plus something. Max gets 75 years, right? So a year or two ago, he got a post-sentence relief. Like they opened the case. And then after that, they gave him a whole new plea because they said his lawyer gave him like because false advice as far as to take it to trial, and he could have took the plea deal and he would have been home and ready because it was 2019. So they lowered it 75 to 20, right? And then recently he just put on his Instagram that he turned the 75 to 20 to a dozen. He go with the money, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, because remember they still had him getting out at 2029 or 2025 or something. So if that's the case, he might be out next year, this year or something. He's been down since 2009, and he sat up for like a year before he got bailed out. So he should be on his way home. So to finish up my story though, that's how I got the info. With the way that the dude that my guy was talking to on the phone was DJ Cutmaster C, the guy that was making True Stories DVD at the time. So that's how I was able to find out that whole information about the Chrissy touching Miami thing was false. You understand? So that's my Max B story. I couldn't make nothing up. I had to give y'all a story related to whatever my encounters with him was, and I gave y'all the news with the case and what's updated news with the case. You know what I'm saying? It's Pole Road, man. That's what I do. What's the Numbers TV? If you like the story, you like it. If you know you don't, I'll be right back with another video, and we see if you like that one. If not, you know what I'm saying? If you want any more stories from anybody else, if I got some, I'll give you them. Get in the comments, let me know. Give me an idea. Maybe I'll do it. What's the Numbers TV? Pole Road. Subscribe to the channel, like a video.